in your life. Now, as you are renewing, if you have to renew, every year you renew your tithe. Some people can, I don't know if in this state you can do it for 2 years. In Florida, you can go up to 2 years to renew your tithe, your car's license plate. You can go up to 2 years to get the sticker, okay? So that's great because most people say, I don't have to stand in line, so I have an extra year on that. But you have to pay, right? You have to pay a price in order to get that to be renewed. So many of you who want these changes to come, you got to realize it comes with a cost. And it might not be in favor of what you want. See, most times when we pray to God, we want God to do it just the way we ask it to be, not realizing that certain things you have to go through. Because before a diamond becomes a diamond, it had to go through negative energy, negative force, deep place, not a place that was favorable. And even when they saw a diamond, it took a professional to realize it was a diamond and not a piece of rock. So Christ, the God of yesterday, died yesterday for all the things you went through yesterday. So today, as you are renewing your mind, you need to send Christ to yesterday to destroy your yesterday so you can walk in newness today. And it starts by reconditioning what? Your mind. And until we recondition our mind, guess what? We're going to be in the same place 20 years, 40 years, and nothing's going to happen. I've been married 27 years as of January 30th. That just passed. I'm a mother of 6 children and I have 2 granddaughters as I stand here today. But like Pastor K was saying, I had to break a cycle that started way before me and my lineage. I had to go back. I was 9 years old when a pastor came from Haiti. I'm Haitian Bahamian. I was born in Bahamas, but I'm of Haitian descent, so I'm Haitian Bahamian, okay? And so when the pastor came from Haiti and he preached, he said, you need to go into your ancestry, into your heritage and realize what those generational curses are. So by the time that I'm 9 years old, I've already been through so much. I've been raped, molested, left for dead, you name it. But I was in church. That's just a summary of my story. My book is about to come out at the end of this month. You'll find out more in total detail, chronological order as to what happened. Because I said to God, I have to do a memoir. Every time I share my testimony, my kids say, Mom, I never heard that part. I said, there's so many layers of my story that I would have to sit down. So in this book now, there will be no more questions. They can go through it page by page, section by section, and I'm sure they'll still be saying, wow. When Pastor K say breakthrough, Pastor K probably has my sister's version or my mother's version. But see, I have a whole different version, being the firstborn. I was the eyes. I was everything that had happened growing up. I was raised by a single mother. My father left my mom with 3 children, all under the age of 3 years old. They had me, my sister Monique and I are just 11 months apart, and then the other kid was 10 months apart. So every 9 months, my mom was pregnant in 3 years. Okay? And he left her. And in the Bahamas, there's no food stamp, there's no welfare, there's not all of that stuff. So in order to take care of your kids, you either had to find a job or you had to take in a man to help you raise your children. But she was in the church. See, she made sure that we were always in where? The church. So the church became my refuge. The church became the place that I had to run away from so that I couldn't be molested. The church, when they had consecration at church, I was on the floor 7 days a week. If they were fasting 7 days a week, I was in church fasting 7 days a week, brought my uniform to the church, got dressed from the church, and went to school and back at the church. Why? Because that was the only place that the enemy could not touch me. So don't say because you're in the church that the enemy doesn't come and attack you, because I tell you again, there are things that have been in your lineage from way before you that have nothing to do for you. Because remember, as the text goes, some generations are cursed to what? The 10th,
4th generation.
All right, generation. And it's the same thing with blessing. So the same thing with cursing is the same thing with what?
Blessing.
So therefore, I don't know how long this journey was happening. So by the age of 9 years old, I was already tired. I was already broken. I was low self-esteem. I felt like I was nothing. I was the oldest child, but like the mother to my siblings. I was 7 years old, taking the city bus, taking them to the doctor so the doctor could take care of them because my mom had to do her maid job. I would be out of school for 2 weeks at a time because if somebody was sick, you know, with a cold, everybody gets sick. So I ended up having to be home to nurse everyone and had to be home. So to graduate high school at 16 was a miracle. I was hardly in school. Okay? So at the age of 9 years old, when he said you need to go back into your generation to find out what those curses are, I started to question. I said to my mom, tell me a little bit about you. Besides you, tell me about my great-grandmother, my grandmother. And when I found out, they were all the other woman. Meaning all the men were married, but they were the other woman, not the girlfriend. They were the other woman. Okay? And this went 3 generations as far as my mom knew. And I would have been what? The 4th generation. So at 9 years old, by the end of that conference, I came down to the altar and I prayed. I said, Lord, this stops with me.
Yes, hallelujah.
If it meant that I had to take it for the whole family, okay, I'm fine, but it stops with me. And I said that prayer at 9 years old. But you know, I never really realized the power of my prayer until I was 18 and married. Some might say 18 and married was young, but for me, I was running from something. I was running from some things, and I knew the only way to break that cycle was, this is the step. So I knew my husband since I was 12 years old. It's an amazing story. I went to a place called Abaco.